If you're getting ready to sell your home in Garland, you may be looking around and wondering which updates are actually worth spending money on. And one thing sellers often overlook is lighting. Do you need to replace every dated light fixture before you sell? Absolutely not. But sometimes one relatively inexpensive lighting change can make an entire room feel brighter and more current. I'm Ginger McCallum, a realtor serving Garland, Texas, and the surrounding DFW communities. And today I'm going to show you how to decide when a light fixture is worth replacing and when I tell sellers to leave it alone. When is a dated light fixture worth replacing? If you're selling your home, don't replace a light fixture just because it's old. Instead, ask yourself two questions. Is this fixture making the room feel dated? And would changing it noticeably improve how the room looks or feels? I recently worked with a seller who had a very dated dining room light. We replaced it with a simple black fixture with clean lines. It wasn't an elaborate renovation, but the difference was significant. The new fixture provided much more light, and suddenly the entire dining room felt brighter and newer. That's the kind of update I like before selling. Small, strategic, and noticeable. Sometimes the problem isn't the fixture, it's the light. Before you replace a light fixture because a room feels dark, make sure the fixture is actually the problem. Start with the simple things. Clean the fixture. Replace every burnout bulb. Make sure the bulbs provide enough light for the room and pay attention to the color of the light. If one room has a very cool blue-looking bulbs and the next one very warm yellow-looking bulbs, the house can feel inconsistent. Sometimes those simple changes are all you need. But if the fixture still leaves the room feeling dark, then replacing it with something that provides better light may be worth considering. What about ceiling fans without lights? Here's something sellers may not think about when they're preparing a home for sale. Does your ceiling fan need a light? I recently worked with a home where the living area was very dark. There were no built-in ceiling lights in the room, and the ceiling fan didn't have a light either. In a situation like that, I wouldn't necessarily say, let's replace the ceiling fan. First, I'd find out whether a compatible light kit could be added to the existing fan, because the real problem isn't whether the ceiling fan looks new. The problem is that the room needs more light. That's how I want sellers to think about updates. Identify the problem we're trying to solve before we start spending money. Don't replace every light fixture before you sell. One mistake I don't want sellers making is deciding every light fixture in the house needs to match. It doesn't. If you replace a dated living room fixture with a simple black one, that doesn't mean you suddenly need to replace every nickel, bronze, or brass fixture in the house. A fixture that's clean, functional, provides good light, and doesn't detract from the room may be perfectly fine. We're not trying to remodel your house for the next owner. We're trying to identify the updates that will help your existing home present its best. Sometimes that means replacing a fixture, and sometimes the smartest decision is keeping your money in your pocket. So, should you replace your light fixtures before selling your Garland home? Maybe a few, but probably not all of them. Look for fixtures that are noticeably dated, damaged, don't provide enough light, or detract from an otherwise attractive room. And before you replace anything, ask, what problem am I trying to solve? That's the bigger principle behind my Smart Updates Before Selling Resource Center. Preparing your home for sale isn't about doing every possible improvement. It's about deciding which improvements make sense for your particular home. I'm Ginger McCallum, a realtor serving Garland, Texas, and the surrounding DFW communities. If you're thinking about selling and aren't sure what you should update before you list, visit my Smart Updates Before Selling Resource Center or reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you think through it. And if you're curious about what your home may be worth, ask me about my Epic Pricing Strategy Report. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.